but its true relative is actually the giraffe. And look at the little baby okapi in there. Aww. Over here on our left is a greater kudu, the second tallest of all antelope. These here are females. We know that since they do not have horns. Only the males have horns. Well, as we come up here on a watering hole, watering holes are great social gathering places for animals, especially rare ones like the black rhino. But you know, sadly, the black rhino has been hunted to near extinction for its horns. So there are fewer than 5,000 left in the world. See one over here? Chomping on the end of a branch there. The black rhinos get up to be up to about 3,000 pounds. They're pretty big.
Rookie, watch look where you're videoing. You're not even.
So you may see some large birds in the back down there. Those are saddle-billed storks. They're a little hard to see. They are the tallest of all storks. They get to be 5 feet tall with a wingspan of 8 to 9 feet wide. Now we're going to head away from the little Itsuri forest and over towards the Safi River. The Safi River is a great place for spotting hippos. Hippos get to be up to 5,000 pounds. Oh my goodness, look what's happening up ahead here. There's a hippo out of the water. But they usually do like to stay underneath the water because it helps to keep them cool, but I guess maybe out for a little snack or something. Been in the mud a little bit, that's for sure. Just up ahead here, it looks like there's a few more in the water. Now, the large birds over here are pink-backed pelicans. They are colonial nesters, with the males and females both tending to their nests. Wow! Oh my goodness, there's quite a few hippos in here. The hippos will do most of their eating at night, and when they do eat, they can eat up to 150 pounds of food. So that is a lot of vegetation. But make sure you stay seated. There is an old bridge up ahead here. And it looks like underneath this old bridge there are some Nile crocodile. Check it out. Whoa.
See, there's a tour you can take.
Nile crocodiles sometimes like to sit with their mouths open. It's just to release their body heat. It cools them off. But they also stay cool by staying underneath the water. Now, as long as they're inactive, they can be completely submerged for up to 2 hours before they need to come up for another breath. We're making our way over to the savannah, which is a completely different landscape. And speaking of different, this tree up ahead here is called a baobab tree. Baobab trees look like an upside-down tree with their roots sticking out the top. They go leafless 9 months out of the year and store all the water they need to survive in their large trunks. But baobab trees are quite resilient. They can live for thousands of years. Now, this is a beautiful view of the savannah. These grasslands stretch for hundreds of miles. They are a migratory superhighway for millions of animals every year, like zebras and white-bearded wildebeest. And they are home to some of the most famous animals, like elephants and lions and giraffes. Now, this is all part of the wild Africa we are working so hard to preserve. Now, does anyone have a guess as to what all of these orange mounds are all over the place? Termite mounds. I think someone said it back there. Termite mounds get as hard as concrete. When they get really tall, elephants will use them as a scratching post. So they have got to be strong for that. Now, you may see the horns before you see the animal up ahead here on the left. These are Ankole cattle. Now, the horns of an Ankole cattle get to be 5 to 6 feet in length and 20 inches around at the base. They are huge. Now, if those horns were completely solid, the cattle probably could not lift their heads off the ground. They actually have more of a honeycomb structure inside, and that allows the horns to act as a cooling system for the animal. The blood can flow up freely into the horns and back down into the body. The Ankole cattle are the only domesticated animals on the reserve. They were domesticated by the Watusi tribe, so they're also known as the Watusi cattle. Now, the landscape that you see all around you in here is maintained by the animals that live here. Elephants will act as bulldozers. They plow down trees. Giraffes act as pruning shears. They'll trim up the trees to let the sunlight through. Zebras and large antelope will act as the lawn mowers. They mow down all the grass in the middle. And little nibblers like warthogs and gazelles come along, and they trim up the edges. So in a balanced system, there is always enough food for everyone. You can see a beautiful giraffe off in the distance over here. It's a reticulated giraffe. They have kind of a wide net-like pattern to their markings. They stand about 18 to 20 feet tall. Wow, there's quite a few giraffe over here. Well, I'm going to stop just a little bit further up. The gray animals up in the back are white-bearded wildebeest. They have one of the largest migrations in Africa. They're also known as gnus, which is spelled G-N-U. That's after the grunting sound that they make. And we're going to get a much better picture of the giraffe a little bit further up, so we're going to keep on moving forward here in just a couple of seconds. Looks like there's another type of giraffe in there as well. There's Maasai giraffes. They have a smaller, jagged pattern to their markings, but they also stand about 18 to 20 feet tall. There's a good clearing just a little further up here that I'll stop for you. It'll be on your right.
Bring out your inner weaver.
We're making our way over to an area known as Monkey Point. Does anybody like monkeys? All right, well, there is a family of mandrill monkeys that likes to gather over here, but you know what? This is also the beginning of elephant country, which we can very clearly see up ahead. Mandrill monkeys are the most colorful of all monkeys. They have beautiful blue and red markings. The dominant male is always going to be the largest and the most colorful, so we'll see if we can spot him. Let's see, they usually like to be over here on the left. Oh yeah. There's quite a few manjo monkeys over here.
Elephant.
Let me pull up a little bit further and stop here for you. You can get a picture of the elephant on the right or the manjo monkeys on the left. Usually we get a little interference on the radio on this corner. It's just from a local radio station. But sometimes we get music, so I'll try to tune it in. That sounds pretty good. Is everyone having fun so far? Great. We're going to give this truck ahead of us a little bit of room because there is an old bridge up ahead here. It needs a lot of work. They just haven't gotten a chance to get working on it yet. So we're going to take it pole, which means very slowly. But it is important to stay seated. You never know what this bridge is going to look like until you get there for the first time every day. Yesterday they had some boards propping it up from the bottom. That was nice, but let's see what we got. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get this music off so I can concentrate a little better. I do have some rope holding it together, but that doesn't look like it's gonna hold for much longer. Now it doesn't sound so good today. Ooh. Okay, well maybe they just need to. Oh! Oh my goodness, lean right, lean right! Oh! Oh my word! Come on! I'll be talking to someone about that later. Well, we made it into the red clay pits. Now, elephants love to eat this red clay. It gives them a lot of minerals that are not normally found in their diet. You can see their tusk marks over here where they've been chomping away at the clay. Now, unfortunately, elephants are illegally hunted for their tusks, which are made of ivory. But other human-elephant conflict stems from humans moving into their land for mining. Now, they are mining a metallic ore that's called coltan. And coltan is used in the production of cell phones and laptops. So actually, the more that we can recycle our cell phones and laptops, the more we can reduce the need for the mining and help protect the elephants. I'm sure it's something you never thought was connected, but it is, so just keep it in mind. The next time you're looking to upgrade your electronics, recycling is always best. There's a nice big elephant right here. It looks like there's a couple more down by the watering hole, so we should be able to get some pretty good pictures. And they do have some researchers out here studying the vocal communication patterns of elephants. We know they make loud trumpeting sounds, but what are harder to hear are the low grumbling noises they make. So they brought some special equipment out to record those noises and make some connections, figure out what it all means. Oh, looks like there's a little baby elephant down here. There's two of them. One is a little bit smaller than the other one, the one up in the back. The mama elephants are pregnant with baby elephants for about 22 months. These are greater flamingos over here. Greater flamingos are the lightest pink of all flamingos. They get their pink color by eating brine shrimp. Brine shrimp contains keratin. And keratin is what turns their feathers pink. So chances are, the pinker they are, the more shrimp they've been eating. We're going to head away from elephant country and over into white rhino territory. Great efforts have gone into protecting white rhinos from illegal hunting. They are targeted for their horns, which are made of keratin. And although progress has been made in the past, they are once again being threatened. It's just going to be a constant battle until they can get the white rhinos protected. And we do have a lot of ground to cover over here in white rhino territory. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled for a few. There's a nice big mud puddle in the middle here, and they do love the mud, so hopefully they're not too far away.
Claro. Que sí, que le damos después.
Y también en Asia.
Just straight ahead here, you're going to be able to see some cheetahs. Just look straight ahead. We're going to pull up around the corner here. Oh.
Ahí está, mirá, chichita, ¿ves?
The cheetahs are the fastest of all cats.
Leopardo, chita.
They reach speeds up to 60 miles per hour. And that paired with their keen eyesight makes them great daytime hunters. Oh, now rock formations like this copy are usually great places for spotting other large cats. Anyone want to guess what kind? Lions, yeah. But you know, lions are inactive 18 to 20 hours out of the day. So sometimes they can be a little tricky to spot. They get really flat against the ground. You might see the top of their head or a tail flipping around. We'll come around the other side and see what we can find. The antelope that we're going to see over here on the right is a scimitar horned oryx. It's named after a Middle Eastern sword called a scimitar, since their horns resemble that sword. They have really pretty markings. I think I can see a lion up ahead here. We're going to have to get in a little bit closer. There's a male lion lying down up on the top. You can just see the top of his head right now.
Ahí está dormido el león arriba. A ver, a ver. Sí, el lion, ahí está dormido el león arriba.
Now you can just see his body back there. We'll come around here a little bit further and see if we can get a picture. I'm not sure. Oh, there's a female lion in the back there. There's two. One of them has her paw up on the rock there. Lions live in groups called prides. The female lions, like the two in the back, they do most of the hunting for their pride. These are warthog burrows right here. Warthogs dig their burrows with their tough snouts and their feet. And when they sit inside, they will sit with their tusks facing out. That's to ward off predators. We'll have to see if we can find a few warthogs once we move up here. There is an antelope in the middle of the road up ahead. It's called an addax. And so that chunk ahead of us, right over there, is just waiting for that addax to move out of the road. So we're going to see if possibly he'll cooperate. Looks like they're moving.
Se levantó el león.
We got a warden over here in a smaller truck that's going to come out and help us, so that's great.
I know.
It's upside down. Addax are really cool. There's going to be a few of them on the right up ahead here. They have these very long curly horns. They're really well adapted to a hot, dry climate. They get most of the moisture they need from the food that they eat, so they very rarely have to drink any water at all.
It's in.